Look, your son.
Excuse me.
Don't touch me. I'll hit you.
Stay. I'm not. Stay away from her.
Pay attention to this confrontation. It may just look like harassment, but what's actually happening is much more disturbing.
I'm not here to harass you. I want to talk to your son and find out why he murdered my daughter.
This is the mother of Amber Dubois, the 14-year-old girl who disappeared on February 13th, 2009. The straight-A student never made it to school that morning. And with no witnesses, evidence, or leads, police are at a loss. February 25th, 6 miles south of where Amber was taken, 17-year-old Chelsea King is out jogging when she disappears in broad daylight. After days of searching, the authorities are about to lose hope. But when Amber's mother begins noticing similarities between the two cases, she decides to take matters into her own hands.
It gets harder every day. The only thing that keeps me going is knowing I'll find her.
She's ready to do anything to find her daughter, even facing the man suspected of killing her.
I was on a mission to find out what happened to Amber. And I said to him, "Where's my daughter?"
God made animals because they are nice and cute. I like horses and cats. When I grow up, I want to be a marine biologist because I want to work at SeaWorld.
Amber Dubois is 14 years old. Though these diary excerpts are from many years ago, her love for animals has never diminished. Like many introverted people, Amber feels a deep connection with them. When she gets the opportunity to raise an animal herself for a school project, she jumps at the chance.
In 8th grade, the agricultural teachers came to the junior high school and Amber was hooked. From that day on, she came home and she's like, "Mom, I'm going to raise a lamb and I get to go to fair and I get to show this lamb." And, she was just so excited about it.
Amber diligently researches all about the process. Her internet history and books on her bedside table prove it. She can't wait for the day she will finally meet her lamb.
And she had named it Nanette. Well, it was the last day to turn in the deposit for the lamb. She was all excited when I left that morning. She was like, "Thanks, Mom. I love you so much. Thank you for the lamb."
At 4 p.m., Carrie's still at work. She's expecting her daughter to call her when she gets home, but instead, she receives a call from her longtime boyfriend, Dave, who tells her that Amber hasn't returned from school.
Dave did go to the school right after that and went by the farm to see if she was there, and she wasn't. And then he drove to where her agriculture class teacher was at, and the teacher said Amber didn't make it to school. I knew right then something had happened to Amber because there was nothing that would stop her from making it to school that day. This is a day she had been waiting for all year long.
I knew that something bad had happened.
I walked into my boss's office and I started crying. I told him that someone had taken Amber. And then he was like, "Don't be silly." And I said, "Someone's taken her. She's gone."
By 5:45 p.m., Dave has already contacted the Escondido Police Department. Carrie returns from work in a hurry and quickly puts together a small search team over the phone.
I probably had 15 people show up right away, and we started going door to door.
They'd only realized Amber was missing 30 minutes ago, but it turns out she had never made it to school, meaning she'd likely been gone for close to 9 hours. Police and neighbors alike mobilize immediately, and by the next day, the entire community is outside looking for Amber.
Let us pray.
We ask that you'll watch over each one of the searchers and lead us to that crucial piece of evidence that's going to bring Amber home. Amen.
Be observant. Watch for things that are out of place.
Did you rescue with the sheriff's department?
You seen her by chance?
I have 3 daughters myself, and I just cannot imagine what those parents are going through.
Carrie is caught between hope and despair. She knows the first 24 hours are crucial when a child goes missing, yet she spent most of her time arguing with the police. They're convinced Amber ran away, wasting time canvassing local party spots, checking friends' homes, and questioning boys she could have been seeing. But to Carrie, none of that sounds like her daughter. Amber is a straight-A student, planning to start college early. She has never missed a day of school before. Eventually, the police begin going through Amber's room, find her journal and computer, and realize her mother is right.
What we found was that she liked to read. She had a couple close friends. She was not making contacts on the internet that we could find. And the websites that she visited were all about animals and learning more about animals.
The police have to accept Carrie's theory. Amber wouldn't have left on her own. Somebody must have taken her. The registry lists about 100 offenders in Escondido at the time, but the police want to speak with the family before expanding their investigation. They bring everyone in: Carrie, Amber's father, Mo, along with her current boyfriend, Dave.
I think I've known Amber since she was about 4 years old. Me and her mom were friends for a long time before we started dating. To me, Amber's my baby girl. All Amber wanted that day was to go pay for her lamb. And when I left, I wrote the check for her to grab on her way out the door. I was the last person that seen Amber.
To Carrie, Dave's day should have been predictable. She assumes he left for work after her, stayed there for most of the day, came home to find Amber missing, then called the school and the police. That's what everyone thinks happened, until Dave begins to walk them through the actual events of February 13th, and suddenly, the room goes quiet, until Carrie jolts up.
We're sitting with the detectives and everything, and he's telling what he did that day, and I'm like, just take him in. That's how bad he looks.
Dave, who has raised Amber as his own daughter for years, is unable to convince Carrie of his innocence. Left alone in the family house as the search goes on, he falls into a deep depression, lets his business fall apart, racks up debt, and waits in vain for his life partner to reconsider, to no avail.
I feel like I'm 100 years old. It's taken a huge toll on everybody. It's just destroyed everybody's lives.
6 months into the search, Carrie is still out looking for Amber when she receives an unexpected call.
This lady had contacted me from Maine through our website we had for Amber. She had a dog, Quincy. The dog was traded for long distance network. So she was offering to come out and follow Amber's scent trail from the house to wherever they ended up. Right away, I put Amber's hairbrush and some other stuff in a plastic bag. So the dog got the scent. Escondido PD had one of their dog handlers follow her on her mission.
The dogs lead Carrie to the Native American community of Pala in the desert north of Escondido. She extends her search there, but the police are hesitant. Trails usually dissipate after 12 days, and it's been 6 months since Amber disappeared. However, this could also imply something different. What if the trail is fresh? What if Amber is still out there?
As soon as she told me that, I thought maybe she's alive. Consumes you, you don't know where your daughter is, or your child is, and it just changes your whole world.
I'm trying to keep things positive, but it's really hard. Come home, please.
Ultimately, nothing ever comes of it, and another 6 months pass. In total, a full year passes with no trace of Amber.
So February 13th, 2010 came around, and we had decided to do a jog-a-thon at the high school to raise money to continue searching for Amber. And the police came to the school that day and told me that they were no further along on the case than they were a year before. Kind of sets in the whole heartbreak and letdown. It takes a toll on you. I mean, I tried to go back to work and I couldn't work. I couldn't be in an enclosed office without getting anxiety.
After that last-ditch effort, the search is called off. Things slowly start returning to normal in Escondido, but not for Carrie. She's still suspicious of Dave and refuses to return home. Her days are split between searching for her daughter and running Amber's website from a friend's house. 2 weeks later, her roommate suddenly bursts into her room.
She said, Carrie, there's another girl missing. She's 17. Her name's Chelsea. My immediate thought is I wanted to get in my car and drive over there and help search for her.
At this point, Carrie knows nothing about this case, but she can't allow someone else to suffer as she did without at least attempting to lend a hand. So, that afternoon, she drives down to Rancho Bernardo to meet with Brent and Kelly, the parents of missing teenager Chelsea King.
I saw Carrie at the search center, and I recognized who she was, and I walked over to her and I gave her a big hug.
And he said, I don't know you, but I want to tell you that I love you. Thank you so much for helping with my daughter when you're going through the same stuff with your daughter.
Drawing on the contacts she's made during the search for Amber, Carrie brings many new volunteers to the park grounds, and within 2 days, they discover a vital clue. Chelsea's underwear and socks are found near a running trail.
We showed the photographs to the Kings, and at that point, Mrs. King became extremely distraught.
When they shared with me the evidence, I still believe my daughter was able to be found.
While forensic experts analyze the evidence, the search effort to locate Chelsea intensifies.
Breaking news, authorities are searching a North County neighborhood this morning in hopes of finding a missing teenager.
Chelsea King is described as having strawberry blonde hair.
And this is brand new video tonight of the paths that search crews are combing through at this hour in their desperate quest to find 17-year-old Chelsea King.
Anybody out there, if you know anything, please just help us bring her home.
She's a great kid.
She's such a good girl. She needs to come home.
Over the next few days, Carrie gets to know Kelly and Brent, who eventually tell her a little more about Chelsea.
She was on the cross-country team, but that she was also training for a half marathon because she wanted to accomplish that before she left for college. Chelsea used running to settle herself. A kid in high school, especially a kid in high school that wants to achieve big things, has lots of pressure on them.
So, on the afternoon of February 25th, just over a year after Amber's disappearance, Chelsea went for a run at Rancho Bernardo Community Park and never came back, leaving her car and all her belongings behind. Kelly goes on to describe the agonizing hours that followed.
As the afternoon wore on, and as it grew colder outside, and as sunlight was fading, the urgency went from, I've got to find her now and bring her home so that we can have dinner and I can make sure she's okay. It went more to, I need to bring her home unhurt. I need to bring her home alive. And I didn't know if I was going to be able to do that.
For a while, the search yields no further discoveries, but Carrie refuses to give up hope. After all, if they can find Chelsea alive, it would also mean there's a slim chance Amber's still out there.
I don't want to bury Amber, you know. I'm like, I'd rather have her missing than have to bury her and stuff. And it hit me really hard.
It's heartbreaking. I mean, there was times that we were so sure we were going to find her. We'd have, waters and blankets and everything in the car because we were going to bring her home this day, and we'd go out and search and search and search. And so it was a difficult time.
Carrie feels herself reliving Amber's disappearance all over again, but this time she isn't alone. The Kings share her burden.
She looked at me and I looked at her, and I told her how strong she is to be here with us.
In that moment, I understood her pain. I understood her fear. It was like looking in a mirror.
Eventually, the DNA tests from the underwear and socks come back to the detectives. The results are heart-wrenching. They've got 2 matches. The first is, of course, Chelsea, and the second is serial rapist and child molester John Albert Gardner.
It never crossed my mind that a known sexual predator living 8 miles from our house did this.
A task force quickly assembles to find and arrest Gardner.
At approximately 4:20 this afternoon, investigators with the Fugitive Task Force arrested 30-year-old John Albert Gardner III.
The San Diego police waste no time and immediately start interrogating the suspect.
We were watching him on the interview camera on the room. He was arrogant. We took a picture of Chelsea in there to play on his emotions. He didn't react to Chelsea's picture. He just looked at it and said, I don't know who she is. I had nothing to do with it. And at some point, we got tired of the same questions, and we decided to take a break.
But this is, actually, an interrogation strategy. They leave the picture of Chelsea on the table and return to the observation room. After a few minutes, Gardner picks it up. Holding it in front of him, he suddenly starts talking to himself.
He looked at the picture and said, you bitch, you ruined my life. Now we know we have the right person. It's kind of strange, though, because during the interview, he brought up the name of Amber Dubois and said we were probably going to try to frame him for that as well. When he brought up Amber's name, it makes you start thinking, is he involved in this too?
San Diego police are quick to contact the North County Cold Case Unit.
Then, of course, my mind starts going, is it a serial killer? Or, your mind just goes crazy after that.
The news hits like a bombshell. Not only might Gardner be involved in Amber's disappearance too, but Carrie and the Kings, by joining forces, indirectly led the police to him. But without a body, there's still no case, and no charges will hold.
The 5th night in the search for Chelsea King, and investigators are undeterred.
3,000 people showed up, 5 days in a row in the rain.
My heart is overflowing with all this support and all this love.
With no other choice but to move forward with what little evidence they have, detectives organize a meeting with the DA to see if there's any other way they can put Gardner on trial.
The detectives were presenting the case when everybody's pager went off. And everybody's heart sank.
The FBI has found a body on the shore of Lake Hodges. Chelsea is dead.
It's the worst day of our lives ever. And there's no deeper pain that we'll ever feel again. The depth of despair.
I wanted to go kill him. I just wanted to kill him.
I didn't know that I could hate someone. And there was someone on this planet that I truly hated.
I really thought I was pretty liberal. I thought everyone could change and everyone deserved a second chance. But when I actually sat in the courtroom with John Gardner, my sister's killer, my ideologies were flipped upside down. I hated him. I hated everything about him. I couldn't even look at him as another human. I just saw an abomination of evil and menace. At that moment, I finally believed that ultimate evil deserves ultimate punishment. And what's more evil than child rape and murder?
The entire King family wants the death penalty, and so does the DA. There's only one problem. What about Amber? The police still have no lead, just a throwaway comment from Gardner. They've determined that Carrie's boyfriend, Dave, can't be the culprit, since every element of his strange day has been accounted for since then, making Gardner their only suspect. If they execute him, they may never find out what really happened to Amber.
The King family knew that they had gone for several days without knowing what had happened to her, and they could not conceive how Carrie and the family had dealt with this for over a year. So what eventually occurred was that there was a deal facilitated by the King family.
In exchange for a confession regarding the murder of Amber Dubois and the location of her remains, the Kings, who had been perfect strangers to Carrie merely a week ago, agreed to make an impossible choice. With the deal approved, Gardner fulfills his end of the bargain. He leads the officers 23 miles north of Escondido, and soon enough, they recognize the area. They were right here 7 months ago with Carrie and the tracking dog. Gardner points to a disturbed patch of ground on the side of a hill, and the forensic team starts digging.
They said they identified her from dental records. I don't recall. I mean, when you find out your daughter's remains have been found, it's a blur. I can't tell you how I reacted because I don't remember.
And through it all, just as Carrie does, the Kings take solace in knowing that, even though their daughter is gone, she'll never be alone.
I find comforted that we have these two little warriors up there in heaven now. And they're not alone. Because Amber and Chelsea are now together.